Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Geek vs. Nerd, where you, the audience, get to decide who is the geek and who is the nerd. Before we get started, apologize for a little break we had there. I had a computer crash. That was fun trying to dig in the hard drive as I try to find the winner of the Deadpool. So that was so much fun. Think I finally figured it out. So once this winter freeze is over. It's gonna be 20 degrees, and it is what's that? Slushy, sleety, snowy crap out there. So once all this is done, I'll be sending off the Deadpool pop with a little bit of extra for the wait. And so we appreciate you guys, all y'all commenting on that with your best stuff. And if definitely welcome you guys light up the comments. Oh, and also when we're on Facebook and random what do we call them? I guess they're maroons, but Dumases come at us with nonsense. We don't have to reply because you guys handle it. I
It's
can't tell
so
you.
amazing.
That is amazing.
There's nothing more amazing than logging in and seeing some bullshit comment, and you're like, "Oh man, what am I going to say to this?" And then you click the view replies, and it's just like, dude, it was so handled like an hour before you ever got to it.
It's like what can only be described as a litany of comments. So yeah, we don't have to say nothing. There it is.
It's
That's
even
what.
better on TikTok. like, like the best one I got is I put up a College Humor clip, and I was using my screen recorder, and apparently I'm breathing super fucking heavy in it, right? So like multiple people are like, dude, what's up with the heavy fucking breathing? And then just to be an asshole, I was like, people were like, did you just finish working out or something? I was like, no, I peeled an orange like 5 minutes before I started filming, but that's about it. Like it's just the way they ran with it. Dude, it was so amazing. But I got into one of those comment wars with this movie that Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny was in, and it just became the implication speech, comment for comment. Like, dude, she would never not go see the movie. Of course, we're going to see the movie, but like just applying dude. It's sometimes like that, that you're like, this is why the internet was created.
Oh, it's fantastic and definitely it's definitely appreciated and just wonderful. I like
So
hearing and see like, oh yeah, I was gonna say something, but now there is no need.
So this is the first show of 2025. So I got to get a few things out of the way. Number one, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for not making us have to live through more Chiefs bullshit. Very excited about that. And number two, we usually do an Oscar special here every year, and I'm usually pretty good at pegging the winners, but I have to start with a quick rant, Danny. I called you because of this movie, but I saw the movie A Better Man, the Robbie Williams monkey musical biopic. And I got to tell you, not only is this now my favorite biopic, like musical biopic, overtaking Jamie Foxx's Ray, by the way, which was a high bar. It is so goddamn good. And the reason of him being a monkey makes so much fucking sense. But when I realized it was written and directed by the dude that did The Greatest Showman, which was like the last musical I gave a fuck about, I was like, oh, now hold on, square counter. That's my one for the episode. So,
Yes,
but
we're gonna start posting these for all ages, including children. Done with the whole adult thing.
there you go. So
Get a
this movie, though,
thesaurus. Hey, people, if you would like to send Chuck a thesaurus or other words that he can use, I'm sure there are many.
okay, this movie, as the way I view a movie, is character development, plot development. If it's a musical, how do the songs hit? Does every song hit? Is there any songs that don't need to be there? This movie tells its story completely amazingly. The music is a beautiful add on that just helps enhance certain parts of the stories with the songs they pick. The acting is top notch on every level. This movie should have made $100 million. It cost $100 million to make. It's going to go down as like the number three flop of all time. And it's because America doesn't know who this guy Robbie Williams is, and that's why I just want to be like, it doesn't matter who he is. I did it. He did that. Doesn't. This is just an incredible movie. And unlike The Greatest Showman, which was great, but it was highly exaggerated of the life story of P.T. Barnum, this is like exactly how this dude's life happened. So you watch it on an even cooler level. And I'm just like, That's why movie theaters are dying. That's why we're getting sequels and reboots and remakes, because every time something original comes around, it can't make a I can't make a flipping dollar at the box office,
But
and
that it's
it's
always been
frustrating.
like that because we've had The Princess Bride didn't make anything. It's called classic. You have Mother that they they really didn't promote it, and I think they listed it as a horror movie, and it's not a horror movie. So horror movie fans went into it and they didn't like it, and there was bad word of mouth. And people who would like it, it was more of a I don't even know how to describe it, but that's good. That's what you want. People say, "Oh, we want something new," but then when you get new and different, nobody likes and go sees it. It's musical, so I'm already out. I tap
I
out on this
do
one.
I do want to make a prediction. It's not a musical, Danny. And that's the thing. It's like it's not.
Do they sing in it?
There's four songs.
Too many.
But here's my prediction. It comes out on Paramount Plus March 1st. I guarantee you that will be the number one streaming movie in the world on Paramount Plus for at least 2 to 3 weeks. Like that movie is going to find a second life, and it happens. But that's what makes me wish DVD goes away. We all know the comedy Grandma's Boy, right?
Hmm.
So did you know that movie only made $5 million at the box office, but then it made 150 million on DVD. It's one of like the highest box office turnarounds of all time. It's like I wish that would happen because this would be a DVD that I would go out and buy in a heartbeat. I'm gonna have to track down the Blu-ray because you can't get them at Walmart or Best Buy or anything anymore. What I'm saying is, Danny, Trump was right, and going forward, it's going to be a very, very conservative podcast, and I can't wait.
It's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be great. No, nobody can own anything. No
it
ownership. You pretty much lease, and then you purchase the lease. It's just like a little loot box, and then they can change it and take it away from you at any time. Yeah, so
but
like Sony crashing. Good luck with that.
part of me hopes that like I could actually get through to Trump and have him petition James Gunn. Like, you stole these guys' story. Black guys, we all know you like to steal from the black guys. You didn't even give them credit. Jeff Johns was there. We saw the messages. Like, just get him to campaign. Like, we're going to put a 25% tariff on DC movies and we're going to give it to Chuck and Danny.
Yeah, they go. Oh man.
But
Hopefully,
going
no.
on in the news world, Danny, we are a mere 6 months from Fantastic Four and Superman releasing within a week of each other. And I know you don't like to be the trailer guy, but I will say Fantastic Four's first trailer hit pretty well for me, man. The Thing, as I had put up the set video a few months ago, looked exactly like we were expecting. I mean, cool effects, a quick glimpse of Galactus. The funny thing in the trailer was they showed everyone's powers but Reed's. I thought that was funny because I think they haven't finalized what they're going to do for the stretching effect yet.
No, it's difficult to do stretch. I mean, this has been forever. It's hard to do stretch. That's
Well,
why One Piece was so well done because of the way they did it.
I'm telling you now, though, the movie that stole the Super Bowl for me and won for trailers is Thunderbolts because knowing what I know about the character Sentry and seeing, oh, this is how they're, because the big question was if you don't know Sentry from the comics, you don't understand how right they have to get it because he is straight up the Marvel version of Superman. Like he was created in the year 2000, he's a newer edition, but dude, the Void is the villain of this movie. And in the 2/10 of a frame that they show, one of his powers, he just snaps people into shadows. You know, like when Hiroshima went off and those people got their shadows etched, it looks
Mhm.
like that. Like it's not even like people, you're just gone.
Yeah, don't get too much and we'll let people
No, that's it. Because I'm learning how to describe the trailers now. And what I see with the team is really cool. And it's like a cool misfit Avengers team to see how it's going to come together. But then again, I'm really partial because I love Florence Pugh as Yelena. I feel like she brings a perfect balance of like fight and then the comedy. Like she's way funnier than Scarlett Johansson ever was as Black
right.
Widow.
She
Let's be
she
honest.
carried that movie. She carried the Black Widow movie.
Dude,
All
you
of her
know,
scenes were the ones that were good.
till the day I die, one of my all-time favorite Marvel scenes is her in the helicopter. It's just going, we're both doing a really good job. Like, it was such sibling energy. That was the thing about that movie is they were believable siblings.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm excited to see what she does going forward. And then it's a modge podge of like other heroes. Like, yeah, Red Guardian, Bucky, Taskmaster, Ghost.
Their
I'm
version of
excited to see.
Suicide Squad. That's all it is.
Yeah, but
They're
like
gonna
Ghost
see. The only thing that they have to do is they have to do a better job than Suicide Squad. Those movies were just a cluster of just random peeps. You just like what stars you can put in there, and how many people in DC shoot guns. I get it. You have good aim. If everybody has good aim, it's kind. I mean, that is this why the stormtroopers can never hit nothing? Do they suck out all the aim so the only DC has it? Ugh,
and
boring.
we have to talk about this, Danny. Two new animations back in the superhero genre. I know you don't care about Invincible, but it's
Oh, I
up.
can't wait to
It's
2037 for season
so.
two.
You know what I
Oh,
realized?
oh yes.
I
Now
realized
I'm
this though,
talking
Danny. This
Invincible.
is personal breakthrough right here. I love Invincible the way women love broken men with that I can change him mindset. Like I can make Invincible.
I
It's
love
amazing.
Invincible the way women love men that are well-rounded and just will say things that they don't want to hear. And then they say, never mind. I
All
want
right.
the asshole in the corner. Shut up, nice guy. I'm
And
out.
I'm taking the glasses off for this one because I'm about to get real serious. You need to make it a mission. I gave you the website because we need to start doing weekly coverage of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the new cartoon that was like the MCU origin, but then they're twisting on it. Is the best iteration of Spider-Man I've ever seen, has the best theme song by far. The way they bring comic characters in subtly, and you don't know who, if you know who they are, you're like, oh, this is going to get crazy. But if you don't, it still builds in an amazing way. Every episode hits. It's the best version of Spider-Man I've ever seen. We're heading into episode 9 and 10 next week, but unlike Invincible, not only have they already renewed this through season 3, the seasons are going to debut 6 months apart. And that's going to be the regular. So it's going to be like old school TV when we were kids. They do new seasons from September to March or April, and then they take the summer off for reruns, come back in September again.
Okay,
So
that I'll do. We
that's
will
a big
not
deal.
ever, 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 ever talk Invincible on this show. Never.
It kills me because the show is so good.
Yeah, whatever. I watched the first season. I'm not waiting 5 years in between. Done. It's a wrap.
But Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I think you will love. And they do a couple race swaps and gender flips on certain characters. And I heard like the nerd rocks and them going off, dude. It works. It works on every level. Every choice they make hits. There's no weak
If anyone
episodes.
saw the original Harry Osborn's hair drawn, what on earth do you think that is? Those are
Yeah,
waves. Those
100%.
are waves. They go to sleep with a wave cap on.
When I saw the posters of Norman Osborn and the hair, and people were like, "What do you mean Norman Osborn's black?" I'm like, What white guy did you think had waves?" I grew up in enough foster homes, and I'm like, what white guy? You know, we're not going to leave until you answer this question. Name a white guy right now with waves. I'll wait. Like,
I want somebody to go. Did he complain about Tombstone being black? Please tell.
yep, they
No.
complained about Tombstone being black. They complained.
Tombstone is black. He's always been black. What
Here's
are
the
you talking?
kicker.
Why are you complaining about this?
Here's the kicker. Someone, and this is a real comment, and it's almost woke Andy level. Someone flipped out that Amadeus Cho is Asian. That's a real comment. Amadeus Cho is Asian. WTF? Hashtag DEI. What
So
are we talking
you mean
about?
the kid that got the watch to make himself turn into the awesome Hulk?
Yeah,
That kid,
yeah,
and they drew him as an Asian kid,
yeah,
the one in the comic book. So they drew him like he is in the comic.
yeah.
Well, I am quite
Exactly.
offended about that. They
Yeah.
should he should have been at least make himself Korean or something.
And
I
then Dr. Connors is now a black woman.
Connors
Makes
wasn't a redhead, so why they made her a black woman's weird. He could
I
have
don't
just
know.
was.
But they're all peers of Peter. Like the way it all works together. I'm not going to get into any spoilers because I want you to experience it. But I'm telling you, with the things I was talking about with Better Man, plot development, character development, Easter eggs for the comic fans. Never seen a show with more of them. And you know the Spider-Man lore way more than even me, so you're going to pick up on shit stuff that I couldn't even think of. So definitely want to get on board with that. But it's refreshing to see a series that took something that we all know and then put their own spin on it to make it worthy of its place in the
Right, so
MCU.
this is what we'll do with shows like that. I don't watch shows like that until the season's over. Then I can watch it when I feel like. No one tells me when a damn show, oh, I'm gonna watch something. Tell you what. Tell me what. I'll tell you something.
Well,
So
it
once
ends
the
it.
season's over, then I watch it and we can review them and we'll just do them in sync.
So I'm going to hold you to that because the season ends this Wednesday with episodes 9 and 10. So for our next
I'll
episode,
take a break from Bleach and I'll watch that.
there you go. That's progress, folks. I love to see it. But moving on, also while we were off, massive news in the comic world: Diamond Distributors has filed for bankruptcy.
Diamond distributors screw themselves during the pandemic when they said, you know what, we're not going to ship any more comic books. Jim Lee has done a lot of wrong. The one right he did was when that happened, he pulled out and he set up his own distribution. Saved DC, I don't know, millions of dollars with that move.
And Marvel's now scrambling trying to find distributors of their own. And DC's been like, sucks to be
Hey,
you.
hey, hey, you want to copy our homework?
Do you know what DC reminds me of? It's like the whole neighborhood flooded, and DC was the one with canoes, and they're just paddling by everybody. Oh, house totally ruined, huh? Sucks to be you guys.
So Marvel Comics, the comic book, as like as you can see behind me, there's a couple of Marvel comics back here. Mainly, what I look around here, all I see is Marvel. I got a little Batman thing going on, but mostly it's Marvel. They're comic books. Oh my goodness! I grew up during Chris Claremont running X-Men. So what they decided to do during the Krakoa era, and now I'm going to do a video on these separately. The Krakoa era, the entire premise of that proves Magneto was right. So I don't know what the purpose of everything before that, since the inception of Xavier till now, till Krakoa, it wiped all that out. There was no point. Xavier apparently was wrong because Krakoa era means Magneto was right. And also, Apocalypse was wrong because you are the weakest, softest mofos if you can just keep uploading yourself and die. So what's the point? How are you getting stronger? What did I tell you about DC movies? Why I hate them? Because there's no consequences. So what do they do in Marvel Comics? Ooh, let's do that no consequence thing.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah. And one footnote to Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. One of the reasons I know you don't like spoilers is you, like me, can pick up on the tiniest thing and know where a story is going to go because of that. And Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man leaves those breadcrumbs for us, but then completely twists those breadcrumbs the way that we thought they were going to go. It Shyamalan's them, but in the best way. Like, not like the plants are trying to kill you way. Like,
They didn't even kill him. So
made you kill yourself, man.
I was all team plants. And then they let that little, I mean, maybe because he's so short, he's so close to the ground.
It does give me one of my favorite Mark Wahlberg sound bites from that movie, though, when the old lady's like, "You're trying to kill me." And he's like, "What? No, ma'am, we're not. I swear. I got a talking teddy bear." But yeah, so Diamond Distributors, we'll see what happens with Marvel in that lot. Very, very interesting, by the way. There's another show that I just started checking out, and I have to mention this because I am broadcasting this episode from a MacBook, which may not seem monumental to the folks at home, but I am 38 years old, and I have proudly not touched an Apple product since my sophomore year of high school in 2003. So after 22 years, I was gifted a MacBook and I'm watching it. And there is a show on Apple TV called Severance. Now, all I knew about this show was it was like Invincible's weight on steroids. Season one came out 3.5 years ago, and season two just came out. I watched season one in a day. I could not believe Ben Stiller came up with this show and wrote this show. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Dude,
I haven't started watching it yet because of the time between seasons. So now I'm gonna
that's
wait for the series to conclude. I'm not touching it. It looks interesting. I like the premise.
that's the thing is like get me with a good premise. That's especially like I would have never thought that was a sci-fi type show. by the way that show is marketed, I thought it was like Succession. I thought it was another
No,
one of
it's a
those.
sci-fi show. You sever work from home. You are two completely different people. It's a
But I'm
sci.
so anti-Apple, I never watched a full trailer. I just saw like the pop-up ads and
See,
shit.
I don't watch a trailer. I never watch trailers because I don't know the
I know,
show.
and I don't know how you exist. Like mind numbing, and the amount of things. I still want to talk to you so bad about one scene from Three Body Problem, and it's going on a year since that show came out, and it's literally killing me at this point. I think that's where my ulcer is coming from, is from suppressing this one scene from Three Body Problem.
Hey, there's a weapon I want. There's something I want to see done in Three Body Problems near the end that I haven't said a word about. I just want to see it, and then I'll say that
And I
that's
have a feeling it's the exact same thing I've wanted to talk to you about the whole time. And I'll never mention it until you watch it. But the moment you watch it, I have a saved file of like a 32-minute rant in my head that I am just going to double click and be like, dude, oh my God, I thought I was actually going to die waiting to talk to you about this scene.
well. We have so this week here it's going to be like 20 degrees during the day all week. So I'm mainly going to be chilling in a room and not doing much. Yeah, I don't feel like freezing my butt off. So I'll be, well, I'll be binge watching some stuff, and I got some. Oh yeah, at pretty in a little bit, I'm gonna do a what's in the box because I got one of my Harrisons. We're
But
gonna
shout out to Max Burbank from Harrison's, always looking
we're
out for
gonna
us.
do a what's in the box
Give
live.
Max his love. You got to give Max the what up.
Yeah,
Max
so
Burbank.
definitely, Max, he got me on there, so I now get things shipped. So if you like comics and you want a guy who loves comics, Harrison's Comics, 252 Essex Street, Salem, Mass. 01970. Ask, call him. Ask for
It's
Max.
harrisonscomics.com. And don't forget to tell them that Geek versus Nerds sent you. We don't even
Yes,
get anything for that.
we heard about it. We heard these two guys spoke highly of you. And so
Absolutely.
it
I'm
shortly
excited,
we're
man.
gonna because we're,
And
we're
I think
gonna we're gonna hit more comics on the show. We're definitely.
that's a great segue into our next announcement, which is that we will be attending two comic shows here in the New England area in the later part of March. We will be doing Super Retro Fest. This is their first time doing this convention in Danvers. They're the former runners of Super Mega Fest out in Worcester, which has been a big con for years. Very excited for that. And then we will be doing the Little Giant Comic Show in Lowell. This is a comic lovers Comic Con. There are no celebrities. There are only comic artists and comic vendors. And if you don't sell comics or create comics, you are not allowed in. That is going to be Danny's Mecca. And I have a feeling this is going to be his new show every year that's on our must list.
Yeah. What's the name of that one again?
Little Giant Comic Show. It's actually now being rebranded as to the Old School Comic Show, but it's put on by Little Giant Comics. It was originally called the Little Giant Comic Show, but it is massive. We are talking, folks, this is a massive warehouse that he rents out for this place now, and he does VIP dinners with Jim Steranko and Jim Starlin, where you go out to dinner
Starling.
with these guys, you
There
and
was
20 other
something
guys.
I have, a Jim Starlins I wanted him to sign.
We have the Dread Knight comics too. I still have the PDF of those that he sent us, or Dreadstar.
Yeah, no, I forget. I gotta dig through my comics.
But like, they don't even allow the stupid root beer vendors there. You have to be comic books and comic books only. There's, I think, a couple statue people he lets in, but other than that, you have to be comic books. He has on average 50 to 60 artists and 50 to 60 writers. So it's over 100 guests, but it is literally only comic book related. And I just see you, this is like your make a wish.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna pull a rank up in that mofo.
So I will put the links below in the videos for you guys if you want to check out those shows. And of course, we will be bringing you tons of on the floor convention coverage, just like we did at Rhode Island, but on steroids, because this is all the people we want to talk to. So this is going to be a really, really fun one for you guys. So make sure you check out the links below for the Old School Comics Show, the Super Retro Fest in Danvers. And that's going to wrap things up for episode one of a
Oh no,
new
no, no, no.
2025
We're not
set.
wrapping up. Like you're
Oh,
not
we're
taking
not.
control of the show. You had your turn when you did the other one. So we're gonna find out what's in the box.
Oh, let's
What's in
do
the
it.
box?
What's in the box?
Well, we had a bunch of Air Plus. Here we go to keep.
It's gonna be worth money someday.
Oh well, dear folks, we have a Green Lantern.
Fractured Spectrum #1. Danny, how'd that get on your pull list?
Someone
Sounds like you might have
suggested
had
it.
a guy tip you off about it a while back.
Oh, oh, and we have Green Lantern Corpse. Go right there in the variant cover.
Oh, admit it, Green Lantern lore is pretty dope when you actually get into it.
Oh hell yeah! And we will be pulling Absolute Batman. This
Which is
is going to
just
be
selling like hotcakes right now.
continual Absolute Batman. I think I should just get like all of the variants as
That
well.
series is selling like crazy.
Oh, I got my number. Sweet. Got my little tag here. Go. And I got my card with my number on it. So, yeah, man, I gotta go over my list. Been kind of busy. Gotta go over my list and tell them what I want for next month. But we definitely got to pick up some variant covers.
Hell
That box is
yeah.
nice. Let me use that for something. So that is what's in the box. We have Absolute Batman, Green Lantern Civil Corpse Special, and the variant cover, and Green Lantern Fractal Spectrum.
#1, which that's going to be the best Green Lantern series in years. Super hyped to read that one. Can't wait to get your thoughts on that.
I think that's going to be a continual one. I'm gonna send an email to him and double check to make sure.
Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, so I also on a pull list I have Ultimate Spider-Man, all of those, and Gunslinger Spawn, and I believe Hulk. The
And
new
I
Hulk.
got Absolute Superman, Green Lantern, and then as much as I hate to admit it, I think I'm going to start reading the Wally West Absolute Flash that's going to start.
Yeah, I'm getting the number ones of all of them, and then I know I'm gonna stick with the Batman. Superman, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Green Lantern and Flash are the two absolutes I think I'm going to collect. So
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Batman and Fly. No, Batman and Green Lantern for me, and the Fractal Spectrum.
anytime I can get new canon, like I'm always down for that to give it a try for a few issues. But like this is totally new canon with this absolute universe, so let's see what they can do with it.
Yeah, I mean, it'll work. It'll work better with DC because Marvel has decided to just whatever the character was, like they did it to Punisher. They've ruined um X-Men with Krakoa, and of course, they did the greatest of all time is what they're doing with well they're doing Spider-Man. They're talking about bringing Gwen Stacy back. That will you just destroy. That's one of the pivotal
Oh, they're
moments.
not talking about it. It's happening. Like I've already seen the things
Yeah.
up in Harrison
So
Square.
Spider-Man in 616 is done.
Because isn't
So
that like
they're deconstructing in a negative way. All they've done, they nerfed Punisher. Now he's whatever he is. He's a hand. So like it's just stupid. Like they're taking the core of the characters and just ruining it. It's like
and then you look
some
at DC when they left it up to the fans. Do you remember literally when you could call in to vote whether or not Robin died in Death of a Family? They
yeah, that
literally
was cool.
had a
Yeah, and
page on the back.
they had him smack. Yeah, we don't like that dude. Just beat his head in with us. Really? That's rough.
That's like the emperor thumbs up, thumbs down shit from Gladiator. Like, kill him and bring his face to us as tribute. Like,
Oh, and Ben Riley. Yeah, they're not like they could do so much interesting things with him. They're not even using him. Like you can do two Spider-Man titles. Spectacular Spider-Man would be Ben Riley, and he does one thing. The Amazing Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Have them do the same, go through the same exact things together because they're the same person, and just see how each one handles it differently. There's so much you can do with it, and they decide, nah.
By the way, this just came to me in this moment. They have not announced an absolute Shazam series at all. But not only do I think they should do it, I think the cool absolute twist on it would be that instead of having the 7 kids that each turn into a Shazam, they all form into the one Shazam. So it's not just Billy Batson. It's all 7 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
you get them all
separately,
together.
they each have one of the powers, like one of the letters, and then together they become Shazam.
Do it up.
Like
Um,
I'm excited, man. This absolute universe opens up a lot of new pools, and the reason why I'm going to support even the Wally West Flash is because the more series we support and get people out there reading, the more characters that we love are going to get brought into that universe,
I
and
guess
that's what I think.
so.
This is the first time, really, in my comic collecting fandom that there's been a start of a new universe. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get in on the beginning of the Ultimate Universe with Marvel, so this is like the first time where I'm seeing the genesis of these characters, and 20 years from now, we could be talking about, oh, dude, do you remember how crazy we thought they were to make Absolute Batman? And now that's like the next 5 movies. So you never know.
I mean, the Ultimate Universe, that's what the MCU is based on. So DC probably they've been copying homework. That's all Jamie Gunn's doing. Just
All
copying and
right.
pasting, putting his name on it.
That checks off my list. Any final thoughts from you?
No, no. Got this.
Awesome.
Shout out to our Aussie fans, Operation Pine Gap. Y'all do your thing.
Softer than
And
10
so
ply.
everybody here is kind of freaking out. Like I'm not worried because I'm just gonna move to Australia. I'm moving in with somebody. 90-year
Oh,
old woman, and she
I
has
can't
survival
do it.
skills of 1,000. I'm good.
Honestly, I can't do it. Like I could have the best job and everything waiting, but I'm like, I worry enough about dying on a day-to-day basis without nature trying to actively participate in my death. like,
That's
we were
why
just
you
I was just
move in with
listening to
somebody who shows you the way, and then you learn those survival skills.
like I was just listening to the bonfire and they were talking about the Foot Clan from Ninja Turtles and like how they must have recruited those kids. You get the one psychopath kid that's like, I want to burn squirrels. And like that's our kid right there, buddy. How do you feel about fighting man-sized turtles with an extensive background in the martial arts? You
Yeah,
think you
I
got the
mean,
gumption to
he
kill
gets
a human?
automatically promoted. Like you are definitely commander material.
Right?
That's how
oh
they
man.
get. Well, Cobra's easy. I would join Cobra because that Destro would show up, and I'm like,
Cobra's awesome. The Foot Clan in the movie had those stupid masks, and I know that you and I
Cobra
would
has
be the
those Cobra. All their guys have those stupid helmets, and they have to scream Cobra all the time. They
a
spend. You
helmet's
know how
badass.
hot a microphone is when you put it inside one of those uniforms.
But I want to do that skit. I see you and I as the 2 Foot Clan not getting involved in the fight because the whole mask setup is fucked. Like, dude, I can't see shit out of this. Can you? It's like that scene from Django with Jonah Hill not able to see out of the eye bag when they're burning. That would be us in the Foot Clan.
I'd be like one of the two Butterfly Warriors in what's that show?
Did
Venture
you just
Brothers.
say Butterfly Warrior?
Yep, Butterfly Warriors and Venture Brothers. I used to be chilling like them. Those two henchmen. They are amazing. Oh yeah, and
Don't try to
so anyone,
speed past.
anyone who watches that stupid DC Harley Quinn show,
I love
do
that
yourself
show.
a
It's so good.
favor. Watch Venture Brothers. That's what that show copied. Anyone who likes Star Wars, watch Dune. That's what Star Wars Star Wars is a direct ripoff of Dune. I can't say it enough. You don't have to believe me. This is a fact.
All right. And I will leave you folks with a quote from the book of Chuckicus. And it states, tits, a fish with tits, titty fish. I've been Chuck P.
So
Watts. That's Danny B. And you guys have been checking out Geek versus Nerd. Don't forget to check us out on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Great clips of the What's in the Box and more impressions with Chuck, all on the TikTok. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.